Hey there, Heather Boyd here, and welcome to day 9 of the 10-day drawing challenge. Today we're going to have fun with erasers. I'm using my soft pencils, and I just bought these erasers. These Faber-Castell ones are called eraser pencils, and then the Prismacolor, I have the kneaded rubber eraser, I have a gum eraser, and a plastic eraser. I have experimented before using smudging to create movement. I'd taken a photo on the highway and tried to replicate it with pencil and watercolor. This one was done with pencils and colored pencils, and I used the eraser to give the impression of movement. I'll link up that demo video below. Here's another mixed media collage I did using magazine pages, color pencil, and pencil, where I used the eraser to accentuate the highlights. I also use smudging in this one along with rubbing for the texture. You can start by just getting a pencil. This one's a 4B pencil, so I'm just gonna rub it on the paper like that. Just to start, we can check out the differences of the eraser. This is the kneaded eraser. You can tear off a strip of this one. I have a feeling this one might be a little bit old. I think you have to work with it a little bit to loosen it up. So I'm just gonna knead it a little bit. You can make a little pointy end if you need a little bit of detail. And just to show you how it works, we can just do a little bit like that. You can remove a lot of the pencil, or you can go in and do fine areas, and you can just do lighter and then more darker. And you can actually draw with the eraser. So the next one is the plastic eraser. So we're just gonna go like that. It's just a little harder. You can cut or break off pieces of this eraser too if you want small pieces. And then we can get in there and do some little more fine detail as well. And then here's the gum eraser, and we're just gonna go in with this. Makes a little bit more garbage there, but it takes off the color really well. Something fun you can do is just take a piece of paper and you can tear it in any kind of shape that you want, and then we can lay it down on another piece of paper. You can even get a darker pencil. This is the 8B. We can take this piece, put it on the paper, and then we can just take our gum eraser and just smudge it out a little bit like that, just to make a bit of a shadow type thing. Makes a cool little line there. And then we can do it again. You can even do this with charcoal, and then we can put it over this side and do it again. We can make a little sampler of ideas. So you see, you can get different kind of shades. You can also buy these smudging sticks, which are basically rolled up paper, and then you would use this tool to smudge it out, create blending. There's a lot you can do with the smudging stick too. So I just laid down some 4B pencil, and I'm gonna play with doing a flower. So we're just gonna start in the middle, take out some of the color there, and then just bring this one out to make some petals. To do kind of highlights here. You can kind of use the side of your eraser too. Bring this one in, and then I'm going to go in with my pencil and just start to outline it a little bit, and we can darken up some areas. You can just play around with it till you're happy with it. You can also draw a flower. So we're just going to bring this one up here, around here. Another leaf. petals. And then you can just color them in, like even pretty flatly. From here you can go in with your eraser. You can like highlight certain areas, remove some of the pigment to do your highlights. It's better if you have a picture to go from. I'm just experimenting with this. And then on the leaves as well, you can pull out some of the highlights. And down here, you can take your smudging tool to give it a little bit more like atmosphere. So we're going to take that and bring that out. If you don't have a smudging tool, you can just make one out of paper. So we're just going to take that out like this. And then we can go in again with the pencil. Drawing is like a dance. It's sort of like going back and forth and playing around with things until you're happy with them. It's nice to keep your lines like super loose. You can do some like textures in the middle of the flower, shading in certain parts towards the middle. There could be more shading. And just bring that in, more shading. You might want to put something under your hand so it doesn't get too dirty. And then again, keep some of your lines open. It always looks nicer when there's some more open lines. You can just go in there, play around with it. And around here, loosen up the ends a little bit so they're not so pointy. There we go. We're just going to keep going back and forth, playing with it. Try to keep the lines like really loose. Remember, this exercise is not about using the eraser to correct mistakes. It's about using the eraser to give it a little bit more interest. And we're just going to you can kind of go around like that. Again, you can smudge it with the smudging tools. You can just do that. We can even maybe put a little interest in the bottom here, just to have a little bit of grasses or something where the flower is standing. You don't want it floating in the air, and just you can keep it super scribbly like that. And again, you can get your smudger and play around with it. It almost makes it look like little shadows, the smudger. Now, if you need more fine detail, use your kneaded eraser so you can get in there. You can gives a soft effect with the kneaded eraser. You can do little rotating kind of areas, and when it gets dirty, you just knead it back in there. Here too, we can soften up the petals, just soften them up a bit. We can go in with a slightly lighter pencil too. This is a B rather than the 4B, and we can add more details and stuff as we want. This paper is actually called a blending stump. I'll link up a few videos below that will show you how to make your own. So have fun with today's project, guys. Do any kind of project you want using the eraser as a tool, and we'll see you the next time. Thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more art videos and challenges. Details for the challenge are in the description below. Be sure to join my Facebook group, Heather Boyd Art. It's a private group by invitation only, so I'll pop in a link in the description below. And have fun with the challenges.